Hello everyone, today we are going to deal with the topic vegetative propagation. What exactly vegetative propagation means? This is a method of asexual reproduction where only the vegetative parts, that is your leaves, stem and roots of a plant, they give rise to a new plant. The reproductive parts of a plant are not involved in this method. This method is commonly observed in plants such as your potatoes, rose, bryophyllum. The vegetative propagation, it can occur either naturally or can be done artificially. The advantages of vegetative propagation: the plants which are not able to produce themselves through the seeds, they can be reproduced by this vegetative propagation method. Since only one plant is required, so the pollination is not needed here. It is a really very fast method of reproduction. The plants with desirable characteristics can be propagated easily because the offsprings are exact copies of their parents. The types of vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation, it's mainly of two types: natural vegetative propagation and artificial vegetative propagation. In natural vegetative propagation, the natural development of a new individual plant takes place without any human intervention, and in this artificial vegetative propagation, new plants they develop artificially by the means of human intervention. Natural vegetative propagation, it mainly occurs naturally in plants. It helps to avoid the physical barriers in the sexual reproduction. It occurs through the roots, bulbs, corms, tubers, suckers, rhizomes, runners, plantlets. So now we are going to deal with the natural vegetative propagation, how it occurs by leaves. The leaves of a few plants they get detached from the parent plant and fall on the ground. The buds which are present in individual notches of the leaf, when come in contact with the soil, through these buds a new plant is developed. The best example for this type of propagation is your bryophyllum. In the bryophyllum leaf, we see this natural vegetative propagation. As you can see very well, this is a leaf of a bryophyllum. Here on the tops there, on the linings here of the leaf, you can see these are the notches where the nodes are present. These are the nodes. From these nodes only, the new individual plant arises when this leaf comes in the contact of the soil. Other than bryophyllum, begonia is also there, which develops through natural vegetative propagation. Then if we talk about the natural vegetative propagation, how it takes place through the roots. Roots of some plants, they develop vegetative buds, which are the modified roots termed as tubers. These buds, after separation from the parent plant, form a new plant. The buds, these type of buds, they are formed at the base of the stem. The examples of vegetative propagation by roots are your sweet potato, Trichoxanthus dioicis, this which is in Hindi we call parval. Third way of naturally development of the vegetative propagation by stem. Here the stem is divided into three categories: underground stem, subaerial stem and aerial stem. So accordingly, we are going to discuss about the natural vegetative propagation by these three types of stems there. First of all, the modified stems which help in the propagation, they develop through the vegetative propagation here. Here a new plant arises from the nodes where the node buds are present. If we talk about this underground stem, there are different types of underground stem. The first one is your bud. But in bud, the stem is short and somewhat disc-like, and it doesn't contain any food material in it. The stem is covered by the numerous thickened overlapping leaves, which are termed as scales. These disc and the leaves, which are termed as scales, they together are called as bulb. Numerous adventitious roots arise from the base of the disc. These bulbs are of mainly two types, tunicated and scaly. The tunicated bulb, the example of the tunicated bulb is your onion, and for the scaly bulbs, we can take the example of garlic, lilies. Then the second type of underground stem is your rhizome. They are thick, fleshy and horizontal. The nodes and the internodes are clearly visible on this. The adventitious roots which arise from the lower surface of the nodes. Under favorable conditions, a new plant develops from the buds. Mainly these rhizomes, they grow horizontally. The examples of the rhizomes which develop horizontally are your ginger, turmeric, lotus. Some of the rhizomes, they grow vertically also, and those type of rhizomes which grow vertically, they are termed as rootstock. And the rhizomes which grow vertically are your sugarcane, canna, which in Hindi we call keli. Then the third type of underground stem is your tuber. Tuber here, the swollen end of a branch, it develops underground. The swollen portion of the stem have some depressions at nodes which bear the scale leaves. On these scale leaves are present some buds which give rise to the aerial branches, that is a new plant is formed. Tubers are almost spherical to slightly elongated and store reserve foods in it. The best example of the tuber is your potato. Next type of underground stem is your corm. They are small underground stems which generally grow in vertical direction under the soil. From base of the nodes arises the adventitious roots. The scale leaves, they bear axillary buds which give rise to a new corm. The common examples of corm stems are your colocasia, which in Hindi we call guinya, or we can take the example of a gladiolus. It is also an example of corm underground stem. Next, we talk about the subaerial stem. Under subaerial stems comes your runners, suckers, stolons, offsets. These runners are only termed as your stolons also. They have a long and thick internodes and branches creep over the surface of the soil. They develop adventitious roots at nodes on the lower side. Some scaly leaves are present on nodes from where grows a new baby plant. The best example of the runners are your dhoop grass, hydrocotyls, which in Hindi we call lagu brahmi. If we talk about suckers, the best example is your mint. Stolon example is your strawberry. Offsets are your pistia, which in Hindi we call jalkumbhi. This is the picture showing you the different examples which I told you about: the bulb, corms, potato comes under your tubers I told you. So these are the examples of the natural vegetative propagation by stem. Next comes your artificial vegetative propagation. This type of propagation, it the artificial development of a new plant takes place by the means of human intervention. It mainly occurs under the influence of a man. Artificial vegetative propagation, it helps to maintain the desirable characters over generations. It occurs through the process, through the methods like your budding, grafting, layering, cutting, tissue culture. The first method which is used in the artificial vegetative propagation is your cutting. So now we are going to discuss about the cutting, how it takes place. In cutting method, a part of a plant is cut along with the node and is buried in the soil. The cutting is watered regularly. This is the cheapest method of vegetative propagation in plants. The best example for the cutting method is your rose. Other than rose are your sugarcane, turtle vine. As you can see in this picture also, here from the main plant, parent plant, the cutting of the one part of the plant is cutted, which is having the nodes in it, and after getting cutted, it has been buried inside the soil here, and it is watered properly, and after some time it is going to raise into a new individual plant there. Second type of artificial method is your grafting. Here the parts of the two different plants are joined together in such a way that they continue to grow as a single plant. The rooted plant is termed as your stalk. As you see in this picture also, this is your rooted plant, this is termed as your stalk, and the detached twig, that means this is your the above part is your detached twig, or we say detach the branch. It is termed as your graft or scion. This is the common method of propagation for the citrus plants, citrus trees there. Other than citrus, the examples of the propagation which takes place through grafting method are your rose, fruit trees like peaches. There are different types of grafting also: bud grafting, approach grafting, tongue grafting, crown grafting, wedge grafting. The grafting which is shown here, this one is your wedge grafting. Third type of method is your layering method. Here the stem attached to a plant is lowered in the ground and covered with soil. As you see in this picture also, the plant it was lower down one of the branch and it is covered with the soil here. The stem grows roots while attached to the parent plant, and then detaches as an independent plant and allowed to grow as a separate plant here. The examples of the layering method are your jasmine, climbing rose, grapevine, rhododendron, which is commonly termed as lalburge. Boxwood is one of the example also. The last type of method, the fourth method of a artificial method, there is this tissue culture. It involves the use of small pieces of the plant tissues which are cultured in a nutrient medium under sterile conditions. Using appropriate growing conditions for each tissue type, the plants can be induced to rapidly produce new shoots, and with the addition of suitable hormones, new roots are developed. The best examples of which are used for tissue culture method are your oil palms, pine, banana, date, tomato, and many more are there.